Hello and welcome. It's good to have you back in Rocardian's Lair, and we're going to continue our journey through the original figures. We're at the Empire stage. We've done Hoth, we're at Bespin now. We've done some of the Bespin cast and crew. So today we're going to be looking at the Rebel heroes. So your Han, your Luke, your Leia, R2 and C-3PO, and then that just leaves a few cast-offs from the Empire to do another day. So let's get into it. So here we go. Here are our Rebels from Bespin, and they're pretty sought after crew. So let's just move these out of the way and we'll go one at a time. So Lukey boy. So we'll probably do, because he's got his blaster and he's got his saber, and we'll probably do another video on making sure we get original ones of those. Paintwood wise is cast in the brown, so this one, boots are good, you don't need to worry about that. It's pretty much the belt line and the black on here and on the back where you get your bits of rub. Maybe a little bit on the hands, but that's generally it. Blonde hair variant, and there is also your dark brown hair variant. You can see this one's got a bit of paint rub there, and it is having to carry Yoda around. But let's move him out of the way. We'll come on to Yoda in a minute. So Han, not a lot to worry about with the bottom half, because it's all sort of cast in the same plastic. So long as the white belt buckle's trimmed there, then that's all good. Then you've got your white painted in onto the blue, and the flesh hands painted on where you might be mindful. But generally you ain't getting a lot of paint rub on the back. If it looks from the front, it looks good. And then quite a common blaster and hair. So not really difficult to get an half decent Han Bespin. Leia with the blue gun, we'll do probably a bit on her guns separately, but again the main casting is all in brown pretty much. There's a little bit of flesh putting on the feet that you need to watch for, and then around this neck area where there's gold trim painted in, and you might get some head rub on there, but it's not difficult. Check the hands, and really you should be able to get an half decent layer fairly reasonably. Again, you're looking for the cape variant. You can see on this one, if I turn her backwards, she likes to bend over or bend backwards. You can see where here they've gone for the gold all the way, as opposed to just the thin and the sort of the turtleneck look. So there are a couple of variants, and I think again with the capes you're looking for damage around the arms, but not too difficult to get an half decent layer. R2, exactly the same as the original R2, except we've got a sensor that pops up and drops down. You twist it, it stays up. Sticker's the same. This sticker's not brilliant. You can see it's yellowed. There's a little bit of rub there, so that's what you want to look out for. And on the dome itself, yes, it might turn and click, but it's not necessarily going to be the shiniest dome in the world. It's going to get a bit of rub here and there. So R2s are usually well played with, and you'll find that you've got a screw in the bottom that might be rusty. Now if the legs are yellowed, you've got rusty nails, then if you go to this link here, that'll take you through to a video about what to do if you've got yellowing on your figures. Yoda, so there are loads of Yoda variants, you know, different colour skin tones, different sort of like colour on your snakes and your different pieces, but it really is, to get a decent one, you're not going to get a lot of paint rub. So long as the feet are green, the rest of it's cast the same, and it's covered over by the cloth, so you don't need to worry about that. So its hands and feet are good, and the head are good. Little dabs of the eyes are alright. What you might find is on the belt this bit here is painted on the belt, and that gets rub. Yeah, that's not too bad, that one, but that's the biggest thing with the belt, is to check for that. But you should get, as long as you get all the apparent bits, and we'll do a little bit on Yoda's bits some other time. And finally, if I can get this off, C3PO and his lofty limbs. Again, similar to the original one, except obviously this C3PO just comes apart. So, and it is worth taking apart if you buy one to make sure it does work, but you should have a nice shine all over. If you get paint rub, I say paint rub because it's not, it's just through wear and play, and that can be anywhere on the figure, but it's worth checking that they then just snap back in, and you can hear that click in, so it's nice. And not forgetting that when you've done that, you actually check the bag, because once that goes through Chewie's arms like that, then if you've got tears in it, it doesn't look good. But that bag is a pretty decent bag. So that's a whistle stop tour through them. He won't stand up. So we'll bring the crew back in with a few of the variants, and as you can see, they're quite a crew. And there you have it. So hopefully you enjoyed that more than the Acolyte. Not the most exciting of Disney's foray into the Star Wars universe, but for me, looking at these figures as a kid, Luke, he was definitely one in his Bespin gear when he was starting his Jedi training. That was definitely the figure to have. So have a great day. Don't bother watching the Acolyte. Watch the original New Hope instead, or Andor. Quite like Andor. See you soon. Fuck. Outtake.